Hey guys, Justin Lee Hareld here with Dishin Days. I am here at Day of Days 2023 at the Peacock Theater, and I am here with these two talented, amazing superstars. We
Hi,
have the
guys.
lovely Linsey Godfrey as Sarah Horton, and the incredibly talented Paul Telfer here as Xander Kiriakis Cook. Kiriakis, maybe Kiriakis again, but
To be confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. We'll see. How are you both?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. I know you guys did the autograph portion earlier. Are you pumped with energy? Are you
Yes.
exhausted already?
No.
Are you?
Like you're exhausted for like 5 minutes, or well, maybe 10 minutes right after. But then you get this like feedback of energy from being around the fans and their enthusiasm, their sense of fun. And so yeah, like now we were just saying, we're like, we've got our second win. We're
That's
ready
the
to like
second
chat
win.
the show, and
I like doing the signing first, just because I do feel like I walk out of there like with so much energy, so I love it, and I wish the signing actually went longer.
Yeah.
I might be
So
I might be in the minority on that one, but I really do think I like.
But you don't really feel the passage when we're doing it. It's like it's all so hectic that we don't really feel the passage of time.
But
So
I
would
want
rather
to be able to give each
give
person
everybody,
the
yeah.
time that I think they deserve, and so that's the hardest part for me.
But still, it's just
I'll
so
stay out there the
lovely
whole
even
day.
getting a little dose with everybody,
Yeah.
And you feel it from them as well. Like, we get it. Like, just it was nice to see you, and it's lovely.
And how are the fans? I can imagine. Do they? If preferably, do they want to like sit on your lap? Are they like?
We have a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
Like we had some people like coming around the back of the table, and you have to be like, no, security, it's fine. They're sweet. Like everything's cool. Or there's fans that we've met before over the years that you initiate, like you're leaning over to give them a hug. So
I think,
yeah.
but if anybody even pretends like they're gonna
like, okay,
come towards
like-
us, Paul and I are up like with our arms around.
I mean, there was a couple of times where I was like, oh, and they were like, no, it's okay. I was like, okay.
My mistake.
It's like, I misinterpreted. Like,
It's a testament to how welcoming you two are, and people feel like I can go in for that hug now. I think it'll be okay with these
You
two.
always can.
Well, I feel like we have all this like bottled up enthusiasm and goodwill towards the fans because we don't get to interact with them that much. So when we do, it's like, like take all of it. So these things are a lot of fun for us. But definitely by the end of the day, I know that it's about as much, and it's like a full work day of like energy going out there, and receiving energy takes it out of you too. It's just like such a overwhelming experience. So yeah it's hard to beat.
Now, we've had a little bit of a break of Sarah and Xander. We're just now getting back to them sort of being in each other's orbit a little bit more. When you guys are shooting those scenes, is there a different way you approach sort of when Sarah and Xander are happy versus when they're in contention, which they are now? Or is it all the same in just different dialogue? Or
I hate playing us being mad at each other. Really, I do. I struggle with it. But what we do, we don't practice it full out at all. And
Still want to be able to surprise each other.
and also, you do
hurt each
tell
other.
me ahead of time, because you are so physically bigger than me. He'll tell me if he's going to get super loud with me, so that I'm not like genuinely, or like, hey, I'm thinking I'm gonna like maybe take a step forward here or whatever. So I'm not like in the moment, and because I don't love it. I just want to do it the one time and be like, all right,
All
we
right,
did it.
let's go that. And part of what's been interesting for us is that we've never like the scenes that we're doing now. We've had scenes in the past that have been like emotional and accusatory and angry or whatever, but never to this level of like guttural kind of like hate and how and especially from Xander. I don't think Xander's ever been this like vicious towards Sarah or talked about her in that tone before. And so that is kind of hard to do, but it also allows us to do some new things, which is very important. Like you can't just do the same stuff over and over and over again, and to find new little wrinkles with each other. And so the approach is the same. It's always about like trying to tell a story and trying to like keep a real strong connection going and trust in each other, but then also like honoring where the story's going and not trying to, just make it. Paul and Linsey are happy,
Exactly,
so Xander and Sarah, they're going to be happy. Like, we have to go for it to trick you guys for a minute that we're not really in love. So,
Nice. And while you guys were on that break, you both had different partners, we'll say. Xander, we saw this short-lived but really, I think, impactful relationship for Xander, and getting to work with Nadia. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Well, I just felt, I've been very lucky on the show between Linsey, Emily, Ariane as well.
Yes.
I know we were never like romantic, but just an amazing scene partner.
Yeah.
And over the years, you get to know people and become friends behind the scenes, even when you don't have scenes. And that was certainly the case with me and Nadia. So we were really like, wait a minute, it looks
This
like they're
is
going to
new,
pair us up.
interesting, yeah.
And when you haven't had a bunch of scenes, like you're finding it just, and also the show never tells us anything, right? So we didn't know
how long it was going to last,
and we don't know for sure that they're even going to match us romantically at first.
Okay.
Because you brush past, and so you just never know. And so when it was finally happening, what I liked about what they did with that story was it just forced Xander to be honest and mature for the first time, really ever. And now, having learned that he can be like that, and what happened was the girl left him back.
Yes.
So he already loves Sarah. Sarah already loves him, or has proven to love. They've shown that they love each other over the years. So if they can ever get over their very real obstacles and very deserved, antipathy, there's that foundation there, and maybe they can move forward with some trust and have like another level of like depth and intimacy.
Absolutely. And Sarah, we had a different type of relationship that you had with Rex, one that was sort of built on, I would say, at its core, friendship and honesty and being there for one another. What was it like to work with Kyle in this respect?
I love Kyle Lauder so much, and just like I feel fortunate, though I've never played love interest to anyone else. I feel very lucky because I do have this immense amount of trust with Paul and with Kyle, and like Kyle and I always played that, and we always played that we were best friends, even when our characters were engaged, because I always want to find something else, like what is it really that they're upset about. And for Sarah and Rex, Sarah was like, I can't believe you're taking away my best friend, because now we can't even be friends. And with you, it was also this deep friendship, because they had this deep friendship first before they became, lovers.
And the current Rex storyline kind of mirrors what Xander did the first time, right? When
100%.
he was like, and so it's kind of, I know people complain about repetition, but I actually like it sometimes when they force us into kind of like hypocritical position. Do you know what I mean? You have to live what the other person went through. It's pretty cool.
So, and I love Kyle, so
We are running out of time, but quick little game called Writer's Room. You guys have been through it all. I just want to give you a chance to be a writer in your own story.
Do I take one?
So we'll do a little quick question and answer here.
Favorite storyline of your character?
You answer that while I read mine.
I know. Okay, I think the Mickey storyline, the whole arc of Mickey. Yeah. Just the whole thing, from the moment of being pregnant to the moment I had to give her back. I loved that whole thing.
This is interesting for me. Has a storyline ever paralleled your real life? I mean, to the degree that it ever has, it's a little bit tricky to talk about, but it does relate to my mum. And like, there's the show's never really addressed Xander's mother, and all we know about her is I love my mum. I had a great mum. I was very lucky to have the mum that I had. But there is still some crossover in some of the themes that are there, and so I'd be very interested if they ever really like lent into that, hinted at storyline. It's not like an actual thing that's happened yet. But to me, that the fact that they gave Xander that kind of background always, like, it was almost like, how do they know? That's what it would be.
Okay, great. Thank you both so much. Always lovely. Always great to see you guys. Justin Lee Hareld with Dishin Days.